All righty. Okay. Oh, baby. Man, oh, man. That's a big rainbow.
Coming up, the historic Brock Monument is just minutes away from today's fishing destination. We're talking the mighty Niagara River. On today's show, Bob is joined by Larry and Brent McNamee from boaterexam.com, as well as good friend Derek Strube, in search of some early season steelhead.
Look at that, guys. Woo!
Also, Brent from boaterexam.com gives us useful tips for on-the-water safety. And finally, Bob shows us the proper way to launch and load your boat.
Here comes. Whoa! All right. Whoa, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right. Look at that big lighter. Yeah. That thing is a monster.
Oh, man.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Izumi.
Oh, yeah. All righty.
A real fishing show.
Oh, that's huge. Nice one. Hell, look at the size of this fish. Oh, man. All right. All right.
Bob Izumi.
Oh, man. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, an absolute monster smallmouth. Look at that. Whoa.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water, and Tim Hortons.
Now that's what I call a real fisher. The Niagara River is host to historic landmarks, beautiful scenery, and great early season steelhead fishing. What a great day to be on the boat. The sun is shining, and even though there is still some ice flowing down the river, we should be able to catch a few fish today.
It's going to be a good day.
The cruise down the mighty Niagara has always been one of my favorites. The scenery is simply amazing. Breathtaking waterfalls, the famous Rainbow Bridge in sight make fishing on the Niagara River definitely an adventure. Hey, it's post-April Fool's Day. We got an awesome day of weather here. We're on the Niagara River, the mighty Niagara, just down from Niagara Falls, fishing some early season rainbow or steelhead. I've got the crew from boaterexam.com. Also in the other boat is Derek Strube, my tournament buddy. Should be a lot of fun. Hopefully we're going to catch some fish. Hey, let's take a break from the fishing. I'm here with Brent McNamee from boaterexam.com, and you know what? People still have a lot of questions about the Pleasure Craft operator card we have for operating boats here in Canada. Let's talk about it now. This is the year you need it. Does it matter what age you are?
Absolutely not, Bob. This law applies to everyone, young and old. A lot of people think you have to be 16 to get it. Not the case. Kids need it. A lot of people think if you're over 65, you don't need it. Not true. Everyone has to have the card this year or you risk expensive fines.
Now, you can go online at boaterexam.com and take the course. It's multiple choice, 12-foot aluminum boats with electric motor, personal watercraft. Any of those types of boats, you still need the Pleasure Craft card as well, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no matter the length, your age, the size of the engine, you have to have the card.
Now, this is a multiple choice test that you can take to get the Pleasure Craft operator card. And the study material is free. You can study it online before you take the test. So, Brent, that's really convenient, isn't it?
You can take the test online, still the most convenient way to get the card, printed temporary card as soon as you pass, and we'll mail you that permanent card in 3 weeks, and you're certified for life. You never need to renew it.
And the great thing is you can also purchase additional cards if you want to keep one in your boat or in your duffel bag, and so you can keep a couple of cards handy. And the fact is, it is good for life, and you folks at motorexam.com are accredited by Transport Canada, which make it all great. So, folks, don't procrastinate. Get the card. It's good for life. Thanks, Brent.
Thanks, Bob.
All right. Even though Larry and I are still sporting a goose egg, it sure looks like there's some action happening on Brent and Derek's boat. It just goes to show you how much luck there is in fishing. All righty. Well, Brent's got one on anyway, Larry.
Yes, I see that. Must have a lucky bait on there.
Yeah. Those guys are catching them in there. Larry, they've got this. If they land it, they've got 3 fish to our 0, but by the time we edit this, we can change that.
Good fight. Yeah, excellent fight. Good there. Over female. Beautiful fish. Nice color in that.
When we come back, it's Bob's turn to get in on the steelhead action. And more great instruction and advice from boaterexam.com.
PFDs and life jackets should not be used as fenders.
Oh, good, because the Scottish in me always thought that was good. Now I guess I better get some good boat bumpers.
Closed captioning is brought to you by boaterexam.com. This tip of the week is sponsored by Coleman.
Everyone's happy when the fish are biting, but when the mosquitoes start biting, not so much. Fortunately, there are some simple steps you can take to keep them at bay. Remember that mosquitoes are drawn to darker shades, so try wearing lighter colored clothing. Long sleeves and pants will also help cover the exposed skin that insects love. Most importantly, always remember to apply a good insect repellent with DEEP. When it comes to my personal repellent, I depend on OFF, Deepwood's aerosols. They contain between 25 and 30% DEET and are proven to provide up to 8 hours of protection from mosquitoes that bite, including mosquitoes that may carry West Nile virus. Protect yourself with OFF, Deepwoods. And once you're back on dry land, you should try the OFF Power Pad mosquito lamp. It's a great way to keep your deck or patio clear. Hey, it can kill mosquitoes up to 4.5 meters away, and it lasts for up to 4 hours. It's perfect for getting together with friends and cooking up the catch of the day. Unfortunately, I've seen these guys fish. So, what'd you catch today? Hamburgers or hot dogs? Hey! OFF keeps bugs off. Okay, Brent, this is the skill testing question, okay? We're looking at this boat tied up to the dock. What's wrong with this picture?
Well, Bob, a lot of people are tempted to use their PFDs as fenders when they're pulling up to a dock if they don't have some fenders in there already. But not a good idea. If any of those PFDs are damaged or ripped or tore or whatever and are rendered unserviceable, if someone needs them in case of an emergency, they may not function. So not a good idea. PFDs and life jackets should not be used as fenders.
Oh, good, because the Scottish in me always thought that was good. Now I guess I better get some good boat bumpers. You know, you're faced with a lot of current when you're fishing these rainbows, and we're using a simple 3-way swivel, a dropper weight, and a row bag on very light line. But one of the keys is to face the boat into the current and slowly slide back, making sure that your presentation's on a slight angle, in front of the boat so that it's bouncing along and you feel what's going on. But one of the problems we've got now is the wind is coming off Lake Ontario up the river. So I'm going to take the bow of this boat, swing it now the opposite way of normally how we'd fish in the current, and face into the wind, because actually the wind right now is a little bit heavier than this nice drift along here. That's a nice perfect drift when there's no wind. So you got to have that bait bouncing nicely. The problem is what's happening is the wind blowing this way, the current blowing this way is basically giving us no drift at all. All right. You got bottom, Larry?
No, I think, yeah, bottom. I'm off.
All righty. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm here with Larry McNamee from boaterexam.com, and hey, we've got ourselves, I think, a steelhead on here. Larry, let me just grab that trolling motor there. I'll just have you. Thank you. There. See if we can get this baby up to the surface. Feels good. Feels real good. 30 feet deep here, Larry.
30.
30 feet. Well, I've got a Shimano Compre steelhead rod here. And you see that big bend in it. That's one of the cool things, these long rods, Larry, is they really are like a big shock absorber for fighting these fish.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to just get a look at this fish, see what we're talking about here. Let's see. I don't know. It's not fighting, it's just staying down there. Let's see what we have. Oh.
These glasses on, so I'm going to have a look here.
Yeah. Can't get this baby up. I mean, the Niagara River has so many different species of fish. It could be anything. In fact, while I'm trying to get this fish up, let's hear what Brent McNamee has to say about safe boating.
Towed water sports are really popular in Canada, wakeboarding, water skiing, but something to always keep in mind is that you have to have a spotter on board, and there also has to be a seat for that person that you're pulling behind the boat or the personal watercraft. So, for example, a personal watercraft like a Sea-Doo, it's always got to be at least a 3-seater. You have the operator, the spotter, and there has to be an empty seat for that person you're pulling behind in case they want to get on board. Another thing to remember, never pull anybody after dark. It's a criminal offense if you're water skiing or wakeboarding at nighttime. And be respectful of those fishermen that are out there as well, too. Keep your distance and don't come too close.
Oh, baby.
They have any sturgeon in here?
Sturgeon. No, that was recently, though, Larry. We actually were fishing sturgeon. Funny you should say that. I'm sure there are sturgeon in here, but we were fishing at the World Sturgeon Classic recently in British Columbia, and that was a hoot.
Really?
So much fun out there. Okay.
I had a chance to catch one down.
Yeah, that was in British Columbia.
British
Fraser
Columbia?
River, yeah.
Happened to catch one by accident down in near Montreal with Patrick Campo, and it took us forever. It took us half an hour to bring it in. It was huge.
Oh yeah, how big?
30,
All right.
35 pounds.
Sweet.
Prehistoric.
What were you doing, fishing walleye?
Yeah, we're fishing walleye, and they are really prehistoric looking.
Yeah, they sure are. Sure are.
I did a little photo shoot after, and
I think
they're amazing to hang on to.
I think we've got something prehistoric on right now, folks. I'm talking dinosaur, maybe?
No.
No?
Well, we are here in a good spot. There's lots of history here. So.
Yeah, there sure is. You were up there looking at Brock's Monument, weren't you, earlier today?
Absolutely. And Laura Secord, nice plaque there for her.
Oh, it's thumping now. There's the rod tip. Oh, baby.
He definitely doesn't want to come up.
No. Man, oh man.
Do you think we'll have time to catch the flight tonight, Bob?
I don't know. You're flying home back to Ottawa.
That's correct.
I'm not in a rush to go anywhere. Come on up, baby. Come on up.
Whatever this fish has been waiting for us all day, Bob.
Yeah, it's been a long, long fight. While I'm fighting this fish, stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with some more real fishing. Hey, maybe this will last 2 or 3 shows, Larry.
My arm's getting sore.
When we return, Bob finally gets a look at this Niagara River beauty.
This fish has an attitude.
Now, there we are. That is a big rainbow.
Oh, oh, oh.
That's a big rainbow.
This is 15 at least.
Let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury, #1 on the water. Steelheaders are an inventive lot. Seems they're always coming up with new ways of putting more fish on the bank. Despite all these tricks, being at the right place at the right time means everything. It's a matter of rainfall and temperature. In Great Lakes tributaries, this is a possibility year-round. Spring is most popular, though fish may not be at their best due to spawning. Fall is a close second, with ideal weather and steelhead in prime condition. As winter sets in and ice forms, they hold over in deep pools. For the hardy and cautious, it's entirely possible to drill a hole and add new meaning to the sport of ice fishing. While summer is a timeout for most, a cold front rain can change all that. It's mostly smaller fish, but with the scenery, comfort, and elbow room, who could argue? Once they arrive, early morning and evening are the best times to catch fish. Apart from that, you're faced with a workout, but with a measure of persistence, anything can happen. Steelhead are prone to mood swings. Even when natural food is available, they refuse to feed. Then, as if someone flipped a switch, they go crazy and eat anything in sight. Temperature and other factors not clearly understood trigger this sudden, unpredictable behavior, and this can occur several times a day. Fact is, if you know the fish are there, stick it out. Sooner or later, you'll strike it big.
This fish has an attitude.
Yeah, there's the weight now. There we are.
Now, do you want me to net him?
Once we get them tired out, yeah.
You give me the go there.
Whoa. Look at that. Okay, look at that. That is a big rainbow.
Ho, ho, ho.
That's a big rainbow.
This is 15 at least.
All right, look at this. Oh, baby. Big old rainbow. This is what Niagara River is all about, you know. It's got all different types of fish in and all sizes, of course. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Oh, man. It's gone down again. Okay, there's the weight. There's the three-way swivel, and there's the fish. Okay, Larry. All righty. Nice one. All right, let me take these glasses off. Woo! Good stuff. All right, here, Larry.
You don't want to hurt him.
No. Look at the size of that rainbow. That is a hog. Here, let's just lay him down here.
Okay.
Look at the size of this baby. Oh, man. That is a rainbow right there. Whoa. The hook fell out, too. Look at that, guys. Woo! That is a really nice rainbow. Shall we put her back?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now, that is, without a doubt, a heck of a fish. There we go.
Awesome. You're not going to give me the fishy handshake.
Ah, yeah, all righty. Hey, just a little bit of fun today here with the boater exam crew, and I guess we got to get on the road and get you to the airport, don't we?
Right, we get back and get that boater exam working.
The hands feel good. All righty.
When we return, Bob shows us the proper way to launch and load your boat properly in an instructional one-on-one. A must for all boaters. Stay tuned.
Hey, I want to take a few moments and talk about launching and loading your boat. Who's had problems over the years at the ramps? Put up your hand. Okay, I have. Let's face it, it's a common thing to forget things, like putting the plug in the transom of your boat. Very important. Taking off your straps, your transom straps. Taking your motor toter off on this big throttle. The fact is, once you got those things off, and also have your dock lines in place. Now, if you see that you're going to back off on the right side of the dock, well, then obviously you want to put, you know, your dock lines on the port side of the boat, or vice versa, starboard, if you're going to go off on the other side of the dock. And the key is to be ready with your life jacket, your dock lines, even before you get to the ramp so you don't tie it up. Now, once you get there, you want to back the boat in so that it barely floats off of the bunks on the trailer. What this does, it makes it easier for you when you get into the boat to back it off of the bunks. Now, what I like to do is keep a foot or two away from the dock so that I can, on a high-bowed boat like this, a short guy like me has a hard time getting into it. So what I'll do is I'll back it close to the dock if I'm by myself so I can walk down the dock, jump in the boat, go around, unhook your bow strap, your your securing device in the bow. Take off your winch strap, start up the motor, and slowly glide it off of the bunks. Now, when it's time to load, this is very important. This is the most common mistake I see all over the place when I'm launching boats, is people back in their trailers too far where that the whole trailer fenders are completely submerged under the water. What happens is they can't get the boat lined up properly on the trailer, and it comes up sideways on the trailer when they pull it out of the water. Here's what you want to do is back it in so that the bunks are about 2/3 or 3/4 submerged in the water so that they still have some of the bunks out of the water so that it can guide your boat on, especially a V-hull like I'm using here. And with the bunks of your trailer that are partially exposed, it's a lot easier to drive your boat up onto the trailer and it'll guide itself on so it'll be centered. Now what you want to do is drive it all the way up, turn it off, trim your big engine up, go hook up your bow winch, wind it up so it's nice and snug, and then tow it into a safe parking spot out of the way of others so they can get their boats loaded too. Put on your transom straps, your motor toter. You can take your plug back out so you can drain any water that might be in the boat. And what can I say? You want to have a safe time when you're on the water. I really encourage all of you that are watching this show, if you don't have your pleasure craft operator card and you live here in Canada where it is the law, you better get online with the folks at boaterexam.com and get the card. You've got it for life. Hey, I hope you have some safe boating while you're on the water. Yeah, all right. This is a big fish. That is a fish of a lifetime. Well, that is just amazing. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Wow. That was too cool. Oh, man, what a fish. Look at that.